All right, what's up, family? This video here gonna be a DIY video, but it's for all of y'all out there. All of y'all. You're living in your homes, your house, or your apartment. Things will break, things will deteriorate, but you do not have to always call these scam artists get over contractors. So that's why I'm gonna title this one here, just for you guys. What inspired me to become my own DIYer? You know, what inspired me to become a DIYer? Number one off the top, what inspired me was seeing how these contractors overcharge and run scams on people all the time. And I felt, after going through it personally myself, I felt like, man, I'm done. I am done paying these contractors. I could learn to do this stuff myself. They had to learn, right? Ain't nobody come out your mother womb knowing how to do these things. You had to learn. So what I would tell anybody, matter of fact, don't be dubious. That's gonna go with the negative. Don't be dubious. That's gonna be the word of the day. Dubious meaning uncertain, unsure, doubtful, hesitant. When you have that little incident in your house, don't be dubious. I want you to be more confident and you could do it. And know how you could do it? You could buy the books. You don't want to buy the books? Hey, watch YouTube videos like this. Because like I said, what inspired me to become a DIY? Let me just give you the rundown. When we bought our first house, that's what inspired me. I remember we had an electrical problem. I had to call a friend. Before I called the contractor, I actually called the friend that was a contractor. And they worked out things with me. And they showed me little things how to do. And eventually I had a plumbing problem. Remember, this is the first house we had bought. I had a plumbing issue. Good thing I knew somebody who knew how to do plumbing as well. So that's where I was fortunate. But one thing I'm not is the type of person that got to be a burden to somebody. I'm not going to keep, they did me that favor once or twice. I'm not going to keep going to them all the time. Hey, I need you again. I need you again. So what I did, remember, this is going way back in the days. I'm really giving you my story. What helped me to be really good at what I do. And you can do. But this before YouTube, or before I even was aware of YouTube. So I wasn't watching YouTube videos. What I was doing, I went to the Home Depot and the Lowe's and I bought that Home Depot improvement book. I bought that Lowe's improvement book. Not only that, at that Home Depot and Lowe's, I bought the personalized individual electrical 101 book. I bought the plumbing book. I bought the building book. I'm telling you, I used to be in them books every day at home like I was teaching myself. Self-taught. Every day, my wife would tell you, I was at the dinner table going through them books. All right, this is what I want to do. I said, I got to do this, got to do that. See, what I was not doing is being dubious. Remember what dubious means? Uncertain, doubtful, hesitant. I was like, I'm not going to be scared to do these things. I'm going to learn how to do them. First thing you got to do, get the knowledge for it. But when you start to do them things, safety. That's how you do these things, is safety. Cut the water off. Cut the electrical panel off. Stuff like that. But anyway, that's like giving you my story. So when I went through all these books, it wasn't too much later that I found out about YouTube, that people do these DIYs on the internet. I was like, oh, wow. And then I started watching that. Then I gave my books to a needy library in such a desolate area. I mailed it to them, helped out somebody else that needs the help. But anyway, let me give you some other stories that'll show you why and what inspired. But before I get into that, I'm going to just touch on a couple of things. These are everyday things that will go wrong in your house. Plenty of things. This right here, this is called a thermocoupling. And this is normally in your furnace. If this goes back, how long do these last? These normally last anywhere from 5 to 10 years and sometimes longer if it's maintained properly. Every now and then you should clean all that dust and the debris in your furnace. Clean it out. And, and always do an inspection. You could do it yourself and see how it's burning and how much stuff is falling apart. But if you ever have to change this, remember, this only costs about $10 to $15. But a contractor will come to your house and tell you the bill is $300. See, that's what I'm saying. You could do it yourself. I'm telling you, this is not hard. And this does go bad and deteriorate over time. What you would do when you do this, you will cut the gas, all the gas in the house off. And you will go to where that thermocoupling is. You would just simply, when you cut that gas off to the main, make sure the gas is off there too. It's two spots. And then you would just unhook this and hook it back up. I'm telling you, it's not hard. You just need the fitting for that piece, whatever size that is. And then the fitting to unhook the other side. You literally just unhook that one, unhook this, take it off, put this one in, tighten it back up, cut the gas on, your thermocoupling fixed. but a contractor will come to your house and overcharge you. Remember how these contractors do. When they come to your house, they want to tell you about, oh, wow, I love your house. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. Hey, I love your hair. They start gassing you up with all kind of nonsense. I love the tile on your floor. This looks wonderful. What they really doing, they sizing you up. They love to tell you, oh, I love your Mercedes that's out in the driveway. That's a beautiful car. My wife has the same car. No, they don't. They sizing you up to see how much money they could charge you. But let me just go through some other things. This is nothing more than your breakers. See, do not be, remember the word of the day, folks, do not be dubious when you see stuff like this. Because, see, contractors will even scare you. They say, no, you got to get a contractor for this, because if you hook this up wrong, you could burn your house down. Yeah, accidents can happen, but what I tell you, the main thing is shut all your power off. And you can work with these things. When you're changing a break, it is actually really simple. Cut the main power off. Be safe. Do your homework before doing this. Watch some good videos. Get the books. Nowadays, we like the cheat sheets, right? So go to YouTube videos, and it's real simple. Unscrew the screw. Make sure you get the right voltage. Some of them will come a double breaker. See which one of yours has went bad, if that's the case. If that is the case, shut the main power off so there's no power whatsoever. You can't go wrong with these things, folks. You unscrew this. In your breaker box, you're going to put the line right into that. Screw it back down tight. Put it back in breaker box. Cut the power. It's that easy. But make sure you get the right amp. That's what's important. 15 amp, 20 amp. It's a double amp. It's a real simple thing. You got your tester. If your ground is hooked up right to your outlets, this actually lets you know. See how it says open ground? It shows you the dots. Open ground, open neutral, open hot, hot ground reverse, hot neutral reverse. Correction. This shows you when you plug it into your. This is called the 1, 2, 3 prong. When you plug it in, it will let you know. When you plug it into your outlets, like for example, I got my power on right now. See, this is a 3 prong. Watch this. Boom. See, it's showing blank here, orange, orange. So what does that mean? Blank orange. It's all correct. See? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had red, I had orange, I had orange, orange, and this was not orange. So yeah, it's saying mine's all correct. See? Let me show you one more time. Look. Once you plug it in, boom. See it? Orange on, and it's not on, which means everything is done. It's hooked up correctly. Sometimes you'll hook these up, especially in the old houses. You'll hook this up, and the most common thing that's wrong is it has an open ground or no ground installed at all. But anyway, let's get back to my point. Like I said, what inspired me to start to do my own work, be my own DIY? I'm gonna give you 2 stories. One was, I remember when we bought our first house, right? We had a leak. We had a gas. Remember, I do not know how to do none of this stuff, and I am very dubious, hesitant, doubtful, unsure. Ah, man, I'm scared now. I don't want to touch that. This is how a lot of you homeowners be, right? Man, I don't want to touch. That's gas. That's electric. Man, no, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Be confident. Watch videos like this or get the books, right? But anyway, we had a gas leak. We had a stove top. We had the oven in the wall, and we had a stove top fire thing, right? We had a gas leak in there. And it was an old model. You know how them old houses got the brown and all the funny colors, the green tile, the yellow tile, but we had a brown stove top. We was like, let me get rid of this. We went to Sears, got a stove top. I ain't take measurements of nothing. See how goofy I was? So we got the new stove top, and now we done paid for it and everything. And then this is what the guy said to me. He said, hey, listen, so we're gonna come, we're gonna be there this Saturday and install it. He said, hey, but did you get the right size? I was like most people. He said the right size. I was like, I was dubious, uncertain, doubtful. I was, what do you mean right size? I just need a stove top. I told him, I just need a stove top. He said, yeah, but you gotta make sure you got the right size. Did you even measure it? I was like, once again, dubious. I was like, I mean, I know it's this big and it's this big. That's how goofy I was. I was like, it's about this size and about this size. He said, hey, listen, when we come, he said, I don't want to waste your time, man. He said, listen, there's 2 ways you could go about this. He said, you could either go back and measure it and make sure it's the exact size for the new one to fit in. And that way, when we come, we're going to just drop it in, we hook up the gas line on, and that's it. You already paid for your unit, so you'll be good. That's one way you go about it. He said the other way, he said, you can cut it out yourself. He said, because do your table where he said, you don't got marble or granite or anything like that, do you? I said, nah, it's that, it's that Formica stuff you buy in the Home Depot, the countertop. He said, okay, then we cut, that's like wood. It's like a cheap wood. I ain't trying to put you down, but that's what that is. He said, so you could, the second option is, he said, you can cut it out yourself, but make sure you don't cut it too big, because if it's too big, it's not going to fit. He said, if it's too short, that's fine. We can make adjustments. But if it's too big, you're going to have a problem. He said, so it's on you, whatever you want to do. Me being dubious, I was like, uncertain, doubtful. I didn't know, because I'm new at all this stuff. Like a lot of people, right? I want you to be confident, not dubious. I was like, remember, I was young, 26 years old. I was like, you know what, man? I'll just pay you guys to do it. He said, yeah, you sure? He said, you can save yourself some money, you do it yourself. I said, man, I don't know how to do that stuff, man. Y'all can just do it. I'll just pay y'all. He said, all right, that's going to be $100 added to your bill. And he said, now we'll cut it out for you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I said, okay, fine. Let me tell you what they did. When he came up, I should have had a jigsaw here. I don't got it, but I'm going to just improvise for y'all. When he came over, he came right, I'm going to try to do this real time. When he came over to my house, came up to the kitchen, him and his crew, he went just like this. Pulled the measuring tape out. He was like, cool, that's side. Okay, cool. Measure twice, cut once. And measure again. Boom. Put the measuring tape up. He got his jigsaw out. Joker went just like this. He popped the other one out and went. Remember, there was a hole already there. It needed like an extra, I think I needed like an extra 2 inches on this side cut. And maybe an inch on that side. Joker just was like, that'll be $100. Kind of remind me of your boy from Coming to America. Remember he cut Simi head back of the head, he just went, clip, that'll be $8.
Tell me how you want me to cut this. Just make it nice and neat. That'll be $8.
Yo, I was standing right there when he did it. I would encourage everybody out there, any contractor doing work in your house, you're not being a nuisance to them. Remember, they're in your house. They're in your space. You're paying them. So yes, you watch them. Watch what they're doing. Some of them got sticky fingers, but you want to watch them. You might learn something. Ask questions. Tell them you don't mean to be a bother, but you want to try to learn how to do some of this stuff. Maybe some questions you got. Always ask questions. So anyway, he finished that cut. And he said, that's $100. And I was happy that I didn't have to do it, but they did it. But I also said to myself, that was easy. I could have probably did that and saved myself $100. Later that day, I went to the local Home Depot and I priced what a jigsaw cost. It was like $40, $50, $60. Of course, they got some expensive ones, but the one he had was a simple Skills name brand. I was like, yo, I just paid this guy $100 to do something that took him 1 minute to do from a machine that I could have bought myself for half the price. So you see what, these are the things that inspired me to say, nah, man, they got me once. Remember that old saying, make a fool of me once, shame on you. Make a fool of me twice, shame on me. Make a fool of me 3 times, then damn it, I just need to be played a fool. But when I watched that guy do that, I said, nah, I got to start learning how to do this stuff. And I remember my buddy who taught me a little bit of electrical, real basic stuff. My other buddy taught me some plumbing stuff, real basic stuff. But it encouraged me to go get the books and start teaching myself. Watch this. Since my wife loved to say, I love saying, watch this. I didn't realize I'd be saying that a lot. But anyway, I'm going to give y'all another story that encouraged me. Now, I might have told this story before. Whatever. Maybe y'all seen some of my old videos, maybe you're not. But watch this one. Tell me this one don't get you too. I had 3 buddies of mine back in the days. You know, we was fresh out of high school, maybe 2 years out of high school, something like that. They all hooked up and they got a really nice apartment together. It was a 3-bedroom apartment in a really nice neighborhood, which was wonderful. You know, we was like, oh man, they got their own place, man. Oh snap, man, yo, they got their own place. That was cool, right? Every night I go over there, hang over there with, yo, they got their own place. It's cool. They only like 22, 20 years old, whatever, right? One day in the dead of the winter, now this is in Jersey, so it's cold as heck. In the dead of the winter, they didn't have no hot water. They went to take a shower, water was freezing cold. They went to cut the stove on, no gas, no heat in the house. They in the house freezing. They called the gas company. Gas company sent the contractor out. Contractor came out. When the contractor, I'm gonna give you real time what the contractor did. The contractor came in the house and said, hey, so what seems to be the problem? This is what inspired me to be my own DIY. Because when I kept seeing foolishness, I said, wait, I could do that myself. When the contractor came out to their house, he went right to their furnace. He went right to their stove, nothing. He cut the water on, freezing cold. Then he went to the furnace. And then he came right back to my three buddies. He said, yeah, I think I know what the problem is. He said, do any of you guys smoke? And it's like, nah, man, what that got to do with anything? He said, nah, I just need a match. Any of you guys got a match? And one of them went and got him a match because he's like incense, whatever. Yo, I kid you not. The guy went right over there to the furnace. Put it on pilot. Hold the pilot button down. Light the pilot. It's lit. Hold it down for a couple more seconds. Let up off of it. Got up. Went over to my buddies and was like, yeah, that's going to be $150. Now you see, stuff like that made me go, what? Oh, wait a minute. You telling me all he did was struck a match because y'all didn't know? See what I'm saying? This is why it pays to know. It pays to read. It pays to encourage yourself. It pays to inspire yourself. Videos like this to inspire you to be confident you could do these things yourself. You know what I'm saying? But see, they didn't know. It wasn't that they was foolish or stupid enough. They just didn't know. We was young, fresh out of high school pretty much. Yo, the guy was like $150 just for striking the match, lighting the pilot. But it's like, yo, when you watch someone do something so easy, you say, what? And he charged $100. Man, he could have just said, no big deal, I'll hook you guys up, man. I'll show y'all something. Because that's what the lady did for me when she taught me to cover. It was a female. I'm proud to say, yes, it was a female contractor that came and she taught me. She cut the gas off. She said, because we was having a good conversation, me and the lady. And see, this is another thing I would encourage people. If you have to deal with a contractor, be polite, be courteous, make them feel at home to some degree, but always be safe. Always be safe. It'd be greater to have people at home with you. But when you courteous and nice and have so much manners, sometimes go a long way. Didn't our parents teach us that? Our grandparents taught us that? And that's what it was with this contract. When I was showing her, when I was having such a great conversation with her, and joke around a little bit, and I was asking her stuff, I want to learn this. She said, look, I see what your problem is. When I had the bad coupling, she said, listen, I'm gonna put this as a paperwork that it was a what did she say? She said, I'm gonna put this in as a false caller. Some she said where I won't get charged. I appreciate it. She said, but in the meantime, she said, put on your work belt or whatever, figuratively speaking. She said, because I'm going to walk you through every step how to do this. You should not have to call us again. I'm going to teach you. She said, because I remember someone was nice to me, and I appreciate you, young man. I'm going to teach you step by step. And, man, I take my hat off to that lady. Wonderful. Took the time, showed me step by step how to do this. That was wonderful. But you see, it's things like this that make me say, you got to learn to do it yourself. I'm going to give you another common one. In your house, up under your kitchen sink. This is one of my plumbing thing. Up under your kitchen sink, you have stuff like this. This is called a P-trap. Now, obviously, this is called a flexible one, so you got more room to play with. This might be a good one for beginners, especially for beginners, because when you measure a little off, it don't matter. You can stretch it to reach that pipe. When you're a little too long, you can still reach it. That's the good thing about the flexible one. But under your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and up under your toilet, which you can't get to, that's under the floor. But under your kitchen sink, how many of y'all got that? Y'all got that bucket up under the sink because it's always dripping, right? And you go, why don't you just get it fixed? Oh, girl, I done had that bucket up under that sink for a long time. It's fine. I just dump the water out every now and then. But hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. It's real simple to fix that. It's very simple to fix that. A lot of times, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice that something was told to me by an elder, and I love it, and I stay with me to this day. When you got a problem with something in your house, something with your car, don't always be so quick to go fix the big things, the most expensive things. Fix the little things first. You'll be surprised. That very little thing that you fix that's very inexpensive might only cost you $3, $6, $10. Fix the little things first. And when you fix the little things first, you'll be surprised that was your problem all along. But you ready to go call a contractor going to charge you this much money when you could have fixed it and it would have cost you this. Remember the time ago, our neighbor, many years ago, she came across to me, to us late at night, and she wanted me to fix her, she had a leak in her bathroom. It was coming downstairs. And you know what was wrong with it? It needed a washer. A rubber washer, which you could buy a pack of 10, 20 or more for probably $2. And the contractor told her, oh, it's going to be $150, $200 just to come out. Because it was on the weekend and it was at nighttime. Just to come out. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say to a lot of y'all, a lot of these things you can fix yourself. Like I said, what inspired me to be my own DIYer? I don't care if it's concrete. I was like, nah, I'm getting tired of paying people to do concrete for me. I'm going to get the books, read the bags, and learn how to do this myself. And then YouTube got big, and I said, oh, I could watch videos on how people could show me how to do this step by step. That's great. We got videos that says concrete patio, step by step, or whatever the case, right? I learned how to do it myself, became really good at it. The plumbing, I said, man, I'm going to learn how to do my own PEX. And learn how I got the different type of PEX, the shark bite, real easy connection. All these things, folks, you could do them yourself. One thing I will always encourage people, I know these contractors will scare you and say, oh, you can blow your house up, you cut your house on fire, you do it wrong, this and that. See, they say all of that to scare you with scare tactics. So you have to call them. See, and by them doing that, that makes you very dubious. Dubious meaning what? Hesitant to do it yourself, nervous, unsure, doubtful. No, I don't know. I don't want to mess with that. You know how many times I've done, especially electrical or gas for people, and you know what the common thing once I fix it for them, I try to run them through everything that I've done. I said, now I want to show you in case you ever had this problem again. Hey, ma'am, you had a water leak under your sink. You had an old connection. I put you now a shark bite with the shutoff valve. You got a better shutoff. I want to show you. Look, the shutoff valve. I wish I had one with me. I got it somewhere in there. I'll show them step by step. The shutoff valve is this one. Yeah, this one. All right, this is brand new. Let's see. I'm trying to get y'all, paint you a picture so I can give you a really good illustration of what I'm talking about. That one? Yeah. So like, let's say when I fix this one lady, like I told her, I said, see, this is the rubber that the lady had the problem in her sink, and that's all that was wrong with it. That's all that was wrong with it. But the contractor gonna charge her $150, $200 just to come out. Then they're gonna tell her some big long doohickey name, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious name, and then charge her $300, $400. When I fixed it for the lady, didn't charge her arm and a leg, charged her probably 3-4 times cheaper than the contract was a charger. Gave her a great price. But here's another thing I wanted to show a lot of y'all. Let's say this, right? Here's your PEX. Because this is what I showed quite a few women after I fix it. I say, listen, this is how your shutoff valve works. I say, let's say this is your line that's connected into. When this part here is up straight facing the tubing, that's on. When it's like that, it's away from the tubing. That will be water shut off. Now I gotta be honest with you. See how it's straight and it's lined up with the tubing. That means water on. Now I gotta be honest with you. What I've gotten a lot with women, this ain't no bad mouth for women, but I'm just being honest with you. People, period, but particularly with women. I will fix it, and after I fix it, I give them my price and everything. I always clean up. Always do a good cleanup job. But then I would tell them, look, I want you to come over here. I want to show you exactly what I did. And I know even when it's an elderly lady, I said, I got a knee pad for you. I just want to show you what I did in case you ever have a problem. This is the on. When it's lined up, it's on. When it's not lined up, that's off. I'm just showing them basic things. You know what I hear a lot from women? Oh, it's fine. I don't gotta see it. As long as it works, that's all that matters. As long as it's not leaking. I was like, yeah, it's working. I'll make sure of that. But I think you should put some ingenuity, some type of enthusiasm to see this is your house, this is your products, and someone is taking the time to try to show it to you, making an effort to be enthusiastic. Yeah, that's good, man. Not only he fixed it, but he showed me what he did, and he showed me if I ever got to shut it off, what exactly I got to do. Especially you got a bunch of grandkids and they want to play hide and go seek and go up under the sink. They might have hit something. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, with a lot of things, folks, what I want a lot of y'all, ultimately, what I'm doing here, I want to try to encourage people to be your own DIYer. I don't care if it's plumbing. You can do it. As I always say, you can do it. You can do some of them things. If it's a major job, yes. Maybe you want to watch more videos on it and encourage you. I'm telling you, you can. I'm sorry.
But that's what I was going to point out. If there are certain situations where you got to leave it to the professionals, isn't it?
Yes. Now there's some
for safety issue or
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
even
like
though
with me, I do electrical, but I don't do home runs. Home runs would be if I'm going outside to the pole in the street, driving electric to my house. Now I don't do that. That's major. I gotta call a contract for that.
yeah, because you look at certain videos and you still don't understand and you're confused.
Yes.
So you might as say, well, let's just leave it to the professionals, right?
Yes, I wouldn't be so quick to say that. It's almost like when you was in school. Remember how you read that equation, that math equation, or
Yeah.
that word problem? Remember, a lot of people was confused with the word problem. Sometimes you had to read it 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 times. And sometimes it still didn't get through to you, right? So you skip it and you answer the questions you can answer. Then when you go back to it, you might get it or you might not get it, but you skip it again. And when you come back to a third time, don't sometimes you be like, oh, now I get it. So sometimes you watch the video again, watch it again, look at the books. I'm just trying to really encourage y'all to be confident. A lot of stuff you could do yourself, especially if it's the simple things. Remember, if it's gas, you hooking up your dryer or your washing machine. What's the number one thing? Safety. Before you touch anything, safety. Cut off the gas line before you hook anything up. Make sure you did your homework before you connect anything. And even after it's done, and before you cut that gas back on, make sure you double check everything. If it's electrical, like I said, I don't do no home runs, but if it's minor, you just changing the outlet, read the books. Watch videos like this. Watch them again and again and again. Remember, main thing before you touch anything is what? Safety. Meaning, cut the power off. When the power is off, then you could go, okay, yep, power's off. I could do the little stuff. What did the guy say in the video? He said, all right, look for a video for the exact problem you're doing. Got plenty of electrical videos on that too. If you're doing plumbing, remember, water could cause a lot of damage in your house, folks. A lot of damage. So watch videos like this. You go, all right, the guy was saying this. Find a video that touches exactly on the issue you're dealing with. That's where you'll feel confident. You'll start to build confidence. You'll get away from being dubious, hesitant, doubtful. You'll get nervous from doing something. You'll get a video that exactly what you're dealing with. And you'll be like, yo, oh, all these, wait a minute, that's the video I need right there. That's the exact issue I'm dealing with. See what I'm saying? You start building confidence because you seeing one that's doing with the exact issue that you got. You like, yeah, man, I got the same problem. Don't it feel good when someone can relate to exactly what you're dealing with? Hey, the video, I'm pretty sure the video is long enough. Ultimately, what I'm saying, I just want to highly encourage people to do your own work. And when you do your own work, I'm telling you, it makes you proud to say, I did that. Or me and my family, me and my son, me and my daughter did that. We did that. Man, we had that problem with that electrical, that plumbing, that concrete, whatever it is. Man, we fixed that ourselves. Man, I called the contract. You know, them jokers told me $300, $400, $500, $600. Man, we fixed that. The part cost $40, and we put a little elbow grease in it, and we fixed it. Don't it make you proud? You should be proud, folks. Be the greatest you could be. Peace.